Hello, welcome back to Sarah's Rhythm. Today we are going to discuss Kehlani's new album, Blue Water Road, from last year in 2022. So this album is a more mature album. It's more subdued than some of Kehlani's past work. But this is still good. I like how she discusses happiness on this album. She explores a lot of, relationship happiness. At the time, they were in a relationship with 070 Shake during the time. They are not with her anymore, but at the time they were. And she was happy. She was in a happy spot. She just had happy music to reflect that period. But the album starts with Little Story. Now, I like Little Story. On Little Story, she discusses wanting to get back with an ex and, make things better. Use what she learned in the previous relationship and apply it here. And, I like the production. It's grown on me a little bit. I thought it was a little bit boring when it came out, but the production has grown on me. I like how she just tells a story. And the acoustic guitars make it so nice. And I love the orchestra elements that she adds through this album. There's a lot of orchestra elements where she has strings and violins. It gives the listener, the view of a story. She's taking you through the storyline. The visuals for this album are really nice. But with this project, there's a lot of classic elements with it. And it reminds me of the SZA project a little bit, with the strings and the violins and the orchestra elements, because it sort of reminds you of telling a story. She could have done a visual album for this album, but she chose not to. That song sort of ties into the next song, which is Any Given Sunday, featuring Blast. And I'm not surprised that Blast is on this one, because this song sounds like something Blast would do. It sounds like a lot of the songs on his latest project that he released last year as well. Here, she's just talking about spoiling the person that she's in love with. Wanna rain on your stage any given Sunday. It's vibey. I just like how it's vibey and the production is cute. And you can just vibe to it. Wanna rain on your stage any given Sunday. They want to spoil that special person. But overall, this song is just a vibe. And I like the collaboration of Kehlani and Blast together. It seems like they have really great chemistry on this record. And one thing I noticed that every song on the album reminds you of being on the beach. This one specifically, it reminds me of sort of a sunrise coming up. And especially the da-da. I don't know why, but that's the vibe that I'm getting from this. This is a cute, laid back song that you would sit back on the beach and you just vibe to. The next song is not really a song, but it's an interlude. The Shooter interlude and then the Everything interlude. I think these both could have been omitted. They both could have been omitted. I don't think they add anything. especially the shooter interlude. When she starts to coughing like that, that's annoying. Every time she ends Any Given Sunday, which sounds so good, and then she begins the shooter interlude, it just seems like the vibe is interrupted with that coughing. And whoever decided on on that for the intro to that interlude, they did not make a good decision. But that could have been omitted. But the next song, Wish I Never, this is my favorite song from the album. It samples Slick Rick's children's story from the 80s. And the sample was so well done. I just love how she does the sample on it. It takes me back to the 90s. The 90s and the 80s when New Jack Swing was the number one sound for R&B. And I love New Jack Swing. So of course this is definitely my vibe. And the way that she weaves it in with the vocals. Ooh, 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 ooh. The second I heard it, that was it. That was it. I was jamming. But this is the perfect club song. I think this is the best that I've heard of Slick Rick's children's story. I think this is the best version of it. It was so well done. And I heard in an interview that Kehlani has done that she almost didn't want to put it on the album. But I'm really glad that she did. It stands out, but it stands out in a great way. It stands out in a great way. It grabs your attention. And I just love the keyboards. Dun, 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 dun. It's perfect. This is perfect. I think it's too short. It's too short. But this is perfect. And then the next song, Up at Night, featuring Justin Bieber. Now that one is a 90s throwback. I think it samples EPMD's So What You Saying from 1989. It's from 1989. It's not from the 90s. But I like that they paired Wish I Never and Up at Night next to each other because the vibes are completely the same. The throwback 80s, 90s New Jack Swing vibe. And they are perfectly on trend with what's going on with the 90s nostalgia and the 2000s nostalgia that we are hearing right now with the in pop music. Music video for Up at Night, really good. I love how it's very choreography based and how she's doing the choreography in the museum with her dancers, and then they have the different lighting, and it's really cool. And I suggest that you check out the music video for Up at Night. Although I should mention that Justin Bieber did not he didn't add anything special to it. He didn't add anything special to Up at Night. The production, excellent. Like Up at Night, it reminds me of a Brandy song from the 90s. Like Sitting Up in My Room. I think it gives a similar vibe to Sitting Up in My Room that she did from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack in 1995. This is the vibe that it gives me. That song and her first album, her entire first project. The next song, Get Me Started, is a vibe. Like, this is the dance that I think of when I hear Get Me Started. And Sid sounds really nice on it. Sid, she's known for that very vibey type R&B, but she was a great addition to the record. That was a really good idea to put Sid on it because her voice is so smooth. Sid is really talented. She's really talented, and she's done some work on Beyonce's Renaissance album. So so of course, she's had a big year this year. But this is vibey, and I love the and the production is good. You could either sit and vibe to this, or you can dance to this in the club. But either way, I think the entire album is a mood. It goes in and out between smooth R&B vibes to movie and orchestra score. It's like if she wants to get into her storytelling bag, she would have orchestra type production. If she just wants to give you a smooth R&B vibe, or to give you typical Kehlani, she's going to give you the R&B production. I feel that the next song, More Than I Should, that song is a little bit messy. She's sort of discussing an affair. It seems like she's feeling guilty that all the things that this other person is doing, all the things that the other person is doing that their current partner is not doing, turning her on or turning them on, and making or making them happy. They feel sort of embarrassed about it, but just can't help it. They can't help but to like it. They like it more than they should. And it seems like Kehlani is saying, I like this, but I like it more than I should like it. And I shouldn't like it as much because I'm currently with this person. There's a part where they say, is it really cheating if they're loving me right and doing the right things? And I understand. I understand where she's coming from, but person isn't doing all that. So they feel that in this relationship, well, it's really not a real relationship if they're not doing the right things that a partner should do. And this other person is doing everything right. Treating their mother right, giving the right amount of romance and attention. This is the true relationship, so it's not cheating. That's the way that Kehlani is thinking on this record. Well, is it really cheating if my current person is not doing that? Which, to answer that question, it is cheating. Anytime you're messing around with another person that's not your significant other, is cheating. It's cheating, and it's wrong. It's wrong even if they are doing the right things. So, this song is kind of toxic, but I like it. I like the production, and I like Jessie Reyez on it. Jessie Reyez sounds really good on it. They have really good chemistry on this record. The back and forth that they do, they sound like a perfect friendship. Like, they remind me of two girlfriends, sitting talking about their relationships. In the song Alter, Kehlani speaks about a relationship that they lost through a death, but they still have a connection with this partner. And I thought that the song is really beautiful. She did say that this song was dedicated to all of the people that they had in their life that they lost. The production is really beautiful. It's another subdued song like Little Story. It sounds a lot like Little Story. But I think the music video and the visual was really well done. I think it sort of the visual elevates the record to me. I like how Kehlani is telling the story through choreography. You can tell by their dances, they're going back and forth between emotions, and it sort of shows the ups and downs of the relationship through time. But they are saying that they're still connected to this person. And the lyrical content is really nice. Really nicely done. On Melt, she's happy. She found true love. And in the music video features 070 Shake that they were dating, that Kehlani was dating during the time. They're not together anymore, but in the song they say that they want to melt into the person. She's sort of saying that they complete each other. It's like when they say, if I didn't have these tattoos, I would have thought that your skin was my skin. And they're saying that they're very connected. They're very connected. I thought that the lyrics did a really good job with telling the story. Although the song is still a little boring. It's boring. But I love how Kehlani is very giddy about this new love that they have in their life, and wants to share how great that they make them feel. That's what makes this record very lighthearted and cute. Tangerine is another vibey record, and where it compares it to a sweet fruit, tangerines. Now, I've never had tangerines, but they are comparing it to fruit. I guess Kehlani was saying, well, it was so good that it just reminds me of a fruit. I like her vocal performance on this one. Her vocal performance on all of the records is really nice, and she's an underrated vocalist. Let's talk about how underrated Kehlani is as a vocalist, because her voice is just very smooth. She's not a big belter singer, but she's a very smooth singer. It's like she did a really good job on Tangerine with that. Tangerine, honey. Everything is one of my favorite songs on this album. And Kehlani just it's sort of bragging to me, and they're bragging about all the things that this lover does right. It's the everything for me. It's not just one or two things. Like it could be this, it could be that. But no. I'm not going to put a finger on one thing. It's going to be everything. And it seems like Kehlani is trying to say that this person is perfect, which no significant other is perfect. But I guess in the moment, when you first get a new love, you feel that this person is perfect and they're doing all the right things. And the music video was very artistic to me. I like the vibe where she was in the hood and she was with all of her friends from the hood, partying and acting up and just having fun. And she was just sitting there, reminiscing about this love. And I guess it was sort of giving the impression that she can't stop thinking about, or that they, forgive me for saying they can't get over the high that this lover gives. And she's in a constant thought about it. She's not thinking about anything that's going on in the area. She's thinking about the emotional high that this significant other gives. And that's what I took from it. I don't know what you took from it, but that's what I took from it. And I thought all the videos from Blue Water Road were very artistic, really good at telling the story and capturing the emotions. But the everything video, it did it the best. It was the best at doing that. So whoever directed it, they did a really good job with that. Another thing, I like Kehlani's vocals on everything. She does a really good job with it. The everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything. But again, everything does incorporate the strings. It incorporates the strings and the orchestra that I was talking about earlier. When she wants to tell a story, she'll get into the orchestra score. And that's another thing that she did at the end of the last song, Wondering. It gives you a visual of walking on the beach and thinking about this relationship. I like Ambre on Wondering. She did a really good job on this. I like the production. It's very vibey and it's very subdued. And it's not in a boring way. One thing that Blue Water Road does well, it does well at giving subdued production, but it's not in a boring way. It's still vibey and it's still something that you can enjoy. You wouldn't get bored with it. I don't know what happened with this one with giving it a Grammy nod. It just seems like the Grammys, they just ignore Kehlani. I don't know why they do. Because the lyrical content is good, the production is good. This is a really nice, emotional record. I don't think it's as good as her last one. I think that the one before this, it was good until it wasn't in 2020. I think that one was better than this one. Now, favorite songs, Any Given Sunday, Wish I Never, Up at Night, More Than I Should, and Everything. Those are my favorite songs. But, tell me what you think about Blue Water Road. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you not like it? Did you think it could have been better? Give me your thoughts. And I want to know whether or not it should have been nominated for a Grammy. Give me your thoughts below in the comments. But thank you so much for watching today. I am Sarah, and this is Sarah's Rhythm. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you can know when I post my next video, because I don't want you to miss my next video. I want to keep these discussions going. I like discussing music with you guys. But, make sure you subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified the second I post it. Thank you so much for watching today. I enjoyed this today. Have a great day.